Good morning and happy Monday. Welcome back to another Monday Live. I'm Janet Leonard. I'm the founder and CEO of Virtual Instructor. And every Monday, I come to you for about 15 minutes with a little tip for the week. So today's tip for the week is how to use Microsoft Word to do email mail merges, where you can actually kind of customize emails, but maybe have a boilerplate and you just want to personalize some of the emails. All right, so let's take a look. I'm going to pop over to our website, and we always start out with a little bit of housekeeping in case you like these Monday Lives so that you know what's coming up. We have on our homepage, if you click on Monday Lives, this will show you what's coming up. So today we're talking about email mail merge, which if you haven't done this in Word, it's pretty slick. And then next week, I'm going to talk about some new Zoom updates. Make sure you're up to speed with that if you're a Zoomer. And the following week, if you're an Excel user, whether you're a Mac or a PC, I'm going to go into some of the Excel templates so that when you start the new year, you may not have to start some things from scratch. There might be some templates you can use as a good starting point. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to talk about some must-know keyboard shortcuts for both the Mac and the PC. So that's what will be coming up. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pop over, first of all, to Microsoft Excel. And the reason I'm going to pop over here is that one of the ways that you can do the list that's going to be used for your email mail merge is you can do it in Excel. So here's an example. These are just made up email addresses. I'm not going to actually hit the send on this, but you can put in whatever column names you want, and you can also add personal notes. So here I have one that's great seeing you at the board meeting yesterday. So it'll be a little extra personal note in the email. And then maybe looking forward to our Zoom call. Now, here's a little trick for you. Whether you're a PC or a Mac user, I'll tell you the PC keyboard shortcut first, and then I'll tell you the Mac keyboard shortcut. If you have a lot of information, you might want it to wrap around. So I don't know if you know about this. I just selected the column, and I'm up on the Home tab. I'm just going to click on Wrap Text, and I'll just make this particular one a little bit bigger. I'm going to go to the end of this one because I want to have an extra blank line below here. So on the PC, all you have to do is hold down the Alt key and tap the Enter key. And if I want it to look like an extra blank line, I could do it twice. And then I can type in, see you next week, whatever it is that you want, right? And so this will actually come in with those two returns. So it'll look like it's on a second or separate paragraph. If you're a Mac user, then it's the key that has the word Alt or Option on it. You're going to hold that down and you're going to tap the Return key. And that will give you the same option or the same thing that we just did with the PC. Okay, so I also brought in here that I have a second tab just to show you. And we're not really going to use it, but it has some people's names on it. Again, just fake email addresses. So I'm just going to save this now. And now I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. And in fact, I'll just close it. And then we're going to go over to Microsoft Word at this point. And now we're going to do a sample email letter. So if you want to do the mail merge, then you'll be in Word and you're going to go over to the tab that says Mailings. And there's a bunch of different ways to do this, but one of the easiest is to use this thing that says Start Mail Merge. You click on the drop down and go way down to the bottom where it says Step-by-Step Mail Merge Wizard. And if you've been following some of these lives that I've been doing, I always every once in a while I mention that if you see 3 dots following something, that always means it's going to have something else coming up, like a dialog box of some sort. So I'm going to click on that one. And then over at the right, it brings up the little mail merge pane, which kind of walks you through. So I don't know if you can see down at the bottom, it says step 1 of 6. And so I'm going to go on the first thing. It wants to know what document type do I want? Well, I want to do email messages. And so it tells you a little bit about what it can do. Then all you have to do is click on the next, And then that takes you over, and now you get to start writing. It says, how do you want to set up your email messages? Do you want to use a current document? Do you have a template or an existing document? I'll just use the current one. And so here, I'm just going to start typing in hi, and then in a second, we'll include the mail merge part. I'll just hit enter, and then I'm going to be lazy. Some of you may have seen this in some of my other lives. When you're in Word, if you just want some quick paragraphs because you're testing something out, you can just type in equal RAND, open and close parentheses. So equal rand, open close parentheses, and then you get some data here, right? Now, I just did that to show you that we could actually insert a graphic if we wanted to. So we could go over here to pictures, and I'll just go to stock images on this one. But I have actually done screen captures before. We'll just go with illustrations, and let's go ahead and, well, just choose this one. Okay. And then I can just resize it. See that? And I'll just resize it around here. So you can, I've actually put in screen captures, step-by-step things. So you can put a variety. The only thing I haven't been able to do is put an attachment into this mail merge. But then I'm just going to put thanks, and then I'll just put Janet, and you would put your normal signature line and so forth. So if you wanted to do a real email. So I'm just going to make it nice and simple here. Then after you do this one, you just simply click on this one that says select recipients. So if I click on that, now it says, okay, do you want to use an existing list, or do you want to select from your Outlook contacts, or do you want to type a new list? Now, if we type a new list on here, I'll do that after I do this one. Then you just literally type it in. If you have an existing list, you can just click on browse, and then you can just go find your information that you want to use. And I'm just going to pop down over to where I have mine, and it's in my Monday Lives. It's in this one. Here's my mail merge document. So I'm going to bring it up, and you might remember that when I showed you this in Excel, I had two sheets or two tabs in the workbook, because you can pick whichever one you want to use. So I'm going to use the first one, and then I'll just choose OK. And then do you see how it actually brings in that information from Excel? So I can either send it to everybody, or I could do an uncheck and say, I'm not going to send it to John. I'm going to put it back in so you can see that we have a whole bunch. And you can do a lot of extras. I'll show you later. We actually have 3 one-hour classes that are live with a real instructor. You do hands-on, all on mail merge. So I'll show you where you can see that, because there are a lot of extra little features that you can do, but this is going to get you started with it. And you can see we have the personal note. So I'm just going to choose OK. So now it knows where it's going to get the data to do the mail merge into our email list. So then the next part is it's write your email message. So I already kind of have stuff, but you can, again, there's a lot to mail merge. So I'm just going to leave it this way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back into the document. I'll make it a little bit bigger so you can see it better. Whoops, it's a little bit too much. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. So after hi, I just want to insert their first name. So all I have to do is in the mailing, then you can go to insert merge field. So once it knows where it's getting the data that's going to get merged, then watch when I click on it, there are I must have an extra column in there. There are the fields. So I'm just going to put first name, and then I'll just put a comma. And then if I wanted to, down at the end, maybe I'm going to put that. Some people are going to have that extra little paragraph in there. So I'm going to go ahead and go in here and choose the personal note. So then before I get ready to send the email out, then the next thing, it's got preview your email messages. So I can click on that. And now I'm in the preview mode. This little button here just toggles you between seeing the fields that you put in and then actually populating it with the data. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller now so you can see my personal note in here. So here it is, hi, John. And then here is that little personal note. And then all I have to do is click on this to go to the next one. And then I have Hi Mary. And you might remember in this one, in Excel, I actually did that little trick of Alt Enter or Option or Alt and Return on the Mac. And it brought it in there. So this is how you can kind of personalize the emails. But imagine if you had like 50 emails that were basically the same, but you wanted to personalize them a little bit. That's a lot of work if you just go through Outlook to do that. But if you do this through Word, then it's building all the emails. And then this is where you can double check to make sure that it is merging properly. When you're finished, you can either click on this complete the mail merge or right over here. I'll just go to complete the mail merge. And then I want to do an electronic mail. So I'm going to click on that. That is the same thing as having this thing come up. And then I want to send my email messages, right? So I want to send email messages. And then this is where you tell it which field it's going to. So since I called my field that has the email addresses, I was real creative and called it email address, then that's the one that I want. See, it has all the different addresses there. Then you can do your subject line, and I'll just do new topic, real creative, huh? Okay. And then if you're going to send it out as HTML, you can send it out. Oh, it looks like you can send it out as an attachment. I hadn't noticed that before. You can send it as plain text, which is going to strip out anything fancy and the graphics. But if you want to have graphics and things like that, and maybe you want something bold or italicized, you're going to want to send it out as HTML. And then as soon as you choose OK, I'm not going to do that, then it actually starts sending those email messages out through your Outlook. And what's great about this is everybody gets an individual email. So it's not like it's a BCC. So if somebody responds, or a lot of people do that reply all, you should get out of the habit of doing a reply all unless you truly want to reply to everybody. But a lot of people do it anyway. So if you, do a reply all, it's just going to this one person. And you usually get a better response. Now, this is not going to be a marketing thing where it's something where you need to give them an unsubscribe. If you do it through, MailChimp or Constant Contact or any of those things, this is just you sending out an email so you don't have to manually do, 25 of them. So hopefully that gives you an idea. Now, I will pop back over and where you've got the select recipients. If you wanted to choose type a new list, if I click on this one, then it just actually brings this up, and then you just start creating. You can just start filling it in. So that's if you want to do this directly in Word itself. I usually create it in Excel, and then I just use that as my merge. So hopefully that gave you some ideas, and this is a good time. You may want to be sending out nice little personalized emails that part of it's the same, but part of it's personalized. So hopefully that gives you some ideas. And I'm going to pop over one more place, because if you are interested in doing that sort of thing, we actually have 33 1-hour live hands-on instructor-led classes. So you actually do the work along with an instructor. You get a training guide and you can ask questions, and they're always recorded for the people in the class. So we have 33 different levels. So you can see we have the essentials, formatting documents, advanced, graphics, and then in the advanced topics is where you'd find the mail merge. So I'm just going to click on it in case you're interested. Now, we just wrapped up one, so the next one is coming in early February. And this is if you want all 6 of those, you can get a bundle price. But notice we actually have 3 mail merge courses. And we also have some coming up in March. And just so you know, if you said, I want to see a little more details, if you click on this little thing that says class, show class details, it actually opens it up, and you can get these, purchase them a la carte. So you just pick the one you want. The one that's going to go into the email mail merge is the 502. So that's the advanced mail merge part 1. So in case you're interested in that sort of thing. Alrighty, so I'm going to go back over and do one more little wrap up here before we say goodbye for the day. And I just want to remind you that next week I'm going to talk about Zoom updates. So if you use Zoom, this is a really good one because they've got some really fun updates that they've included. And they just had a recent update. So if you haven't updated your Zoom, if you're a Zoomer, you're going to want to update that. And then we'll talk about Excel templates the following week. And the last week in December, we'll talk about some must-know keyboard shortcuts. So I'm just going to say goodbye, and I hope you have a wonderful week. And I hope you're able to use this little tip. It works basically the same whether you're in Word for the PC or Word for the Mac. So have a wonderful rest of your day and a great week ahead. Bye.